Imagine this for a second. 1545, Spanish colonizers trying to make a go of it in Potosi.
Potosi.
Way up in the Andes Mountains.
Yeah.
In what we now call Bolivia. Today.
Right.
Over 13,000 feet. I mean, that's high.
It's seriously high.
And they're there for the silver.
Oh, yeah. Mountains of it.
But get this. Indigenous people are having babies. No problem.
Right.
But for decades, not a single European baby survives birth.
Wow. Decades.
Decades. Think about that.
It's incredible. It really puts things in perspective.
I mean, it just hits you, the incredible challenges of just being at that altitude.
The physiology of it all.
Especially when you're talking about, well, making a new human.
Exactly. A delicate process, to say the least.
And the big thing, the silent enemy here, is oxygen, the lack of it.
Or the lack of it.
So today, we're going to really dive into this whole thing.
Pregnancy at high altitude.
Yes. Pregnancy at high altitude and how important oxygen is.
Absolutely essential.
To a fetus, we take breathing for granted.
Well, we do.
But miles above sea level, trying to grow a baby.
Every molecule counts.
Every molecule of oxygen is like gold.
It really is.
And even before we get to high altitude, just think about how demanding oxygen is for the fetus normally.
Yeah.
I mean, Joseph Barcroft, brilliant guy.
Oh, groundbreaking work.
He came up with this idea, Everest in utero.
I love that analogy.
I mean, it just paints this picture.
Powerful image.
That even in a normal pregnancy, the fetus, it's like it's climbing Everest in terms of oxygen.
Always facing that challenge, even under ideal conditions.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
So someone's pregnant, breathes in oxygen.
Right.
Only about 1/7 of that gets to the placenta.
That's a small fraction to begin with.
And then, get this, the placenta itself uses like 40% of that.
Oh.
Leaving the rest for the baby.
It's really a tight oxygen lifeline, even when everything's perfect.
Now imagine adding altitude to that equation.
It becomes a high wire act, doesn't it?
It's like a high wire act in a hurricane.
Exactly. The stakes get so much higher.
So that's what we're going to do today.
A deep dive.
A deep dive into all of the physiological
genetic
factors at play.
Factors that really shape pregnancy at high elevations.
Right.
And what's really interesting is we're also going to look at some really new research on some potential strategies to support pregnancies.
At high altitude.
At high altitude, but maybe even at lower altitudes for pregnancies that have oxygen-related problems.
That is a really exciting frontier, isn't it?
So first, let's talk about the oxygen supply issue.
Okay.
Why does low oxygen at high altitude cause so many problems for a baby?
Well, simply put, low oxygen impairs fetal growth.
Okay.
Oxygen is essential for all the developmental processes.
Like fuel.
It's the fuel that drives everything.
Right.
And when there's not enough, the baby can't develop properly.
Okay.
And it's not just about being smaller at birth.
There are consequences that can last a lifetime.
Okay, so it's not just the thinner air itself.
Right.
It's how the mother's body reacts to it.
Exactly.
And how that affects the placenta.
That's the lifeline between mother and baby.
So how does it usually react?
Well, if the mother's body isn't adapted to high altitude, her physiological response might not prioritize blood flow.
To the placenta?
To the placenta, exactly.
Okay.
So the reduced oxygen supply struggles even more to reach the fetus.
And this is where those indigenous Bolivian women who've lived at, what, 11,800 feet?
For generations.
For generations, they're different.
They really stand out. They show higher blood flow to the placenta for people of European descent at similar altitudes.
And that results in
healthier birth weights on average.
It's amazing, the human body's ability to adapt.
It's phenomenal.
And this isn't just a new discovery.
No, not at all.
You mentioned Leadville, Colorado.
Yeah, another high-altitude mining town.
Over 10,000 feet up.
Right.
And back in the 1950s, researchers noticed something interesting.
Tell me.
Babies born to mothers of European descent in Leadville were noticeably smaller
than babies born in Denver.
Which is much lower.
Much lower elevation, right?
And later on, Lorna Moore, a great researcher.
A pioneer.
She found that even before fetal growth slowed down, blood flow to the uterus was like 30% lower in Leadville.
30% lower? That's significant.
So low oxygen leads to lower birth weights.
Especially in those not adapted to high altitude.
Right, but why is a lower birth weight such a big deal?
It might seem like just a matter of size.
Yeah.
But the health consequences, they can be quite serious.
So what are we talking about?
Well, in the short term, smaller babies have a much higher risk of infant mortality.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about 8 to 20 times greater risk.
That's huge.
It's a sobering statistic, really highlights the vulnerability.
And it doesn't end there, does it?
Sadly, no.
These problems can continue.
Yes. Over the past 2 decades,
Okay.
research has shown that low birth weight
Yeah.
is linked to chronic diseases later in life.
Like what?
Diabetes, hypertension,
Oh, wow.
even an increased risk of sudden cardiac death.
So these early conditions in the womb,
They can have long-lasting effects.
it makes you wonder how it all works.
Yeah, the mechanisms behind it.
How does low oxygen in the womb lead to these problems years later?
That's a key question researchers are trying to answer.
Okay.
And one promising avenue is looking at
Mm.
genetic adaptations to high elevation.
Okay. So how does that work?
Well, the idea is that if we can understand how populations who have thrived at high altitudes for generations...
Like those Bolivian women?
Exactly. If we can understand how they've adapted genetically,
Yeah.
we might find clues.
To help others?
Exactly. Those facing oxygen scarcity during pregnancy anywhere.
And one focus of this research is?
A protein called AMPK.
AMPK. What is that?
AMPK is a crucial regulator of energy in our cells.
Okay.
You can think of it as a fuel gauge and a circuit breaker.
For the cell.
For the cell, exactly.
Okay.
So when energy is low, like in a low oxygen environment, AMPK kicks in to help the cell conserve energy and find other ways to produce it.
That makes sense.
Oxygen is crucial for energy production,
Right.
so AMPK likely plays a big role in adaptation.
And there was that study in 2014.
Yes, with Bolivian women.
Tell me about that.
Colleen Julian and her team at the University of Colorado,
Okay.
they found a specific variant
In a gene.
in the gene that codes for part of AMPK.
What did that do?
Well, Bolivian women with 2 copies of this variant
Yeah.
gave birth to babies about 20% heavier at high altitude.
20%. That's significant.
It is, and it suggests that this adaptation related to energy balance might be key for healthier pregnancies.
So even small genetic changes can have a big impact.
Absolutely.
But it's not just genetics, right?
No, there's also a lot of interest in
In mitochondria.
mitochondria and these things called reactive oxygen species.
Okay, let's start with mitochondria.
Sure.
What are they?
Mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells.
Meaning,
They convert the energy from food into a form our cells can use.
like a power plant for the cell.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this process isn't perfect.
Okay.
It creates byproducts,
Like waste.
called reactive oxygen species, or ROS.
ROS, okay.
They're like the exhaust fumes from the cellular engine.
So too much of them is bad.
Yeah, high concentrations can damage tissues.
And in low oxygen conditions.
Yeah.
This is where it gets tricky.
Right, because the mitochondria,
Yeah.
they might get overactive or less efficient.
And produce more ROS.
Exactly.
So that could be a problem for the fetus.
That's the concern. It could contribute to those long-term health issues.
Like we talked about earlier.
Yes, like the diabetes and heart problems.
But I thought ROS could be helpful too.
That's a really important point.
Okay.
They're not always harmful.
In low oxygen situations, they can act as signaling molecules.
Signaling molecules.
Yes, they tell the body to increase blood flow
Okay.
to vital organs, including the fetal brain.
So it's about balance.
It is enough ROS for signaling, but not too much to cause damage.
So how do you help pregnancies in low oxygen environments?
Right, that's the
I mean, the first thought is antioxidants,
it's logical.
like vitamin C.
Yeah, and there have been studies in rats
Okay.
showing that vitamin C can reduce cardiovascular issues in offspring.
Yeah.
But as Kim Botting, a physiologist at UCL, points out,
Yeah.
we need to be very careful about applying this to humans
Why is that?
because those general antioxidants
Yeah.
might interfere with the beneficial role of ROS.
And fetal brain blood flow.
Exactly. We don't want to disrupt that.
So what are the alternatives?
Well, Botting and her colleagues at Cambridge
Okay.
are looking at a more targeted antioxidant.
Called MitoQ.
MitoQ. Okay, what is that?
It's designed to be taken up specifically by mitochondria.
So it goes right to the source.
Exactly.
Ah.
And once inside, it reduces the production of specific ROS.
The ones that cause problems.
The ones linked to cardiovascular disease, yes.
But it doesn't affect the other ROS.
No, the ones needed for blood flow signaling.
So it's more precise.
Much more precise.
And they've been testing this in sheep.
Yes, pregnant sheep.
And what have they found?
The results are really encouraging.
Tell me.
Lambs born to use in low oxygen conditions but treated with MitoQ had normal birth weights.
So it completely countered the low oxygen effect.
It seems so.
You also said something about lovely wool.
Oh, yes. That was an unexpected observation.
So what happened?
The lambs from the MitoQ group had amazingly soft wool.
Really?
We're not sure why, but it was a nice surprise.
A happy accident.
It seems so.
But what about the brains of these lambs?
Ah, yes, a crucial point.
Because low oxygen can affect brain development.
It can.
So what did they find?
Well, the brains of the MitoQ lambs looked normal.
Okay.
But the lambs in the low oxygen group without MitoQ, their brains were heavier relative to their body weight.
And that's bad.
It could indicate altered brain development.
But MitoQ seemed to prevent that.
It did.
What about other effects like blood pressure?
Yes, at 9 months old, the lambs from low oxygen pregnancies treated with MitoQ didn't have high blood pressure.
Which is usually seen in those cases.
Exactly.
So MitoQ might help prevent long-term cardiovascular problems.
It seems that way.
This is exciting stuff.
It is, and Dr. Botting is optimistic.
What did she say?
She said that MitoQ might be an appropriate clinical intervention to diminish cardiovascular disease caused by a lack of oxygen during development.
That's huge.
It is, but it's important to note that one of her co-authors is involved in the creation of MitoQ.
Oh, okay.
So there's that connection.
But still, the results are promising.
They are, and the data, especially the bar graphs, fetal body weight, they clearly showed that MitoQ prevented the decrease in birth weight under low oxygen.
Wow.
And it even seemed to increase the size of lambs under normal oxygen.
So what's next?
Well, the researchers are trying to get funding, human clinical trials.
Human trials? That's a big step.
It is, but it's important to remember. MitoQ is a dietary supplement now.
Okay.
It's been tested in humans for other things.
Right.
But we need rigorous studies in pregnant women.
Before it can be widely recommended.
Absolutely.
And Dr. Botting was very clear.
Yes, she strongly cautioned against using MitoQ during pregnancy. Without medical supervision.
Especially for healthy pregnancies.
Especially for those it's just not necessary.
Right. We don't know enough yet.
Exactly.
But this research isn't just about high-altitude pregnancies, right?
You're right. It has broader implications.
How so?
Well, understanding what happens at high altitude can help us understand other pregnancy complications, like fetal growth restriction or any problems with placental function.
Even at lower altitudes.
Even at sea level.
Because it's all about oxygen reaching the fetus.
Precisely.
So high altitude is like a natural experiment.
It is a way to study the extremes.
And learn from them.
And apply that knowledge to other situations.
Dr. Lorna Moore, she said something interesting about this.
What was that?
She said, conducting research in pregnant women is difficult.
It is, ethically and logistically.
But she also stressed the importance of collaboration.
Collaboration between researchers.
Yeah. And she ended by saying,
let's go, let's begin.
I love that. It's that drive to keep pushing forward.
It is. It's inspiring.
So to wrap up, we've really explored the challenges of oxygen scarcity.
That high altitude.
For developing fetuses.
And how crucial oxygen is.
And we've seen the amazing adaptations.
Over generations.
In some populations.
It's remarkable.
And we've talked about exciting new research.
Like MitoQ.
That could help.
Potentially help.
But it's still early.
It is. And we need more research.
Before we can recommend anything.
Absolutely.
This whole balance of oxygen and ROS during fetal development.
It's complex.
It is.
And it needs careful study.
So here's something to think about.
Okay.
How can what we're learning about this balance at high altitude inform our understanding of healthy pregnancies?
At any altitude.
Exactly. Because thinking about what life needs in the womb,
right,
even in these extreme environments,
it
really makes you appreciate the incredible journey of human development.
It does. It's a miracle, really.
It is.
It is.